Okay, guys, today is the 13th of January 2026. Crazy Global Market Talk with Cal. Crazy anytime, anywhere. Now, today we have a lot of fundamental news to cover, so bear with me. Let's go. But before that, disclaimer apply as usual. As always, do your risk management. Okay, let's look at the news right now. Now, first of all, S&P 500 and Dow Jones climbed to close record level as the trader looked past the Fed independent risk. So we all know that yesterday we saw a very big movement whereby this Jerome Powell, all right, has been charged with some criminal investigation. Now, primarily was because of his renovation. Not too sure is that the real reason, or because the refusal to cut interest rates to according to the president request. Now, do note, USA at the moment now, based on the current interest, okay, of average about 3.75%, they will need to pay up to $1 trillion in terms of interest alone. My goodness, $1 trillion, just interest alone. Oh my goodness. So you can imagine why Donald Trump is definitely very pissed off. I mean, if he can really smash it down to, to zero, that'd be good, right? But the problem is this, if he smashes zero, then who's going to lend the money to them? So it's a chicken and egg story right now. So the thing is this, because of that, right, immediately we saw the US treasuries actually goes down because it makes sense, because who will lend you money? When your interest is so low, no country will lend you money. And that is a very clear idea. So that is the reason why the Dow Jones are being pushed and pushed and pushed to the higher level itself to just basically make everybody feel that it's balanced. Okay, so that is the prime reason. So of course, stock market recovered yesterday, and then it went up by 0.16% for the S&P 500, and of course the Dow Jones and Nasdaq also up a little bit. So it's very clear they be buying from the bottom just to make sure that the so-called this issue with the Fed is being covered away. So, but the thing is this noise itself will not be able to sustain if the market really starts to realize that, hey, you are going for the big guy. And of course, big guy in this Federal Reserve is not it's not part of USA. Do understand this. Although it's called US Federal Reserve, but it's not part of USA. It's just one of the entity that basically prolong the what you call the economy of US and the global market. All right. So one thing is that at the same time, because of the recovery, Alphabet has hit $4 trillion market capitalization. So again, that makes some people very happy. Or some of the two boss, the billionaires boss, are all making themselves happy. And also that's Google. And that is the we have this CEO Sundar Pichai. He's also making himself very happy with all this upside. And of course, we also know that now Donald Trump is looking at potentially Greenland, and that basically makes some assessment to the mineral mining, all right? Because Greenland is a country full of resources for this area. And of course, right now, because of South America trip due to the Federal Reserve, the dollar dropped, the gold surged, okay, because of the pressure campaign on the US system, right? This is going to be very interesting. So being a Fed chairman to be under criminal investigation is unprecedented, first time ever, and that basically caused a dollar drop, and that's why gold yesterday went up yesterday, yeah? So that is a prime reason. Now, one thing is that Trump threatened to sideline Exxon from the Venezuela soil because they feel that this Exxon is not really helping out, and he feels that unless there's some things to be done by Exxon, then maybe Trump may reconsider. So all this thing is just basically lobby and stuff like that. We'll see this happening. Gold price smashed 4,600. Now remember, my target for gold is 5,000. Okay. Okay, let me just draw this for everybody. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, 2027, in my opinion, is going to be a year whereby the market should be hitting a high level and then come down. Okay, that is my perception of 2027. So if the market wants to go and to come down in 2027, so by default, we should see a market big rally all the way to 2027. And I suspect that this thing will happen during the period of time of 2026. Okay, so which means that I believe that the market will, go up for 2026. But prior to that, okay, prior to that itself, right, I think that the market may have to do a bit of pullback first for the market to justify, we should pull back here. So I think that there will be a pullback. So I'm going to redraw this, yeah. Let me just redraw this for the sake of understanding. Okay, so I suspect that the market now will do this rally. Okay. And then this will be the 2026 what do you call, should be here. Okay, so if you look at the whole thing right now, we should have a little bit like this. Okay, all right, so meaning right now we are having a market that's before 2025 here. Okay, so I believe that the market will pull back of a certain magnitude from now onwards until probably about April 2026. Okay, so this is my personal view on what would happen. Okay, so I believe that we will see all-time high. We'll see the gold going up. I believe that gold will see. All right, gold, in fact, in my opinion, will see about $5,200 for gold. Okay, this is my personal take. So we are $600 away from my personal target. I think that this will be done. And of course, if that happens, right, the stock market will be also going crazy. There's a high chance that the stock market Dow Jones may go into 50,000, 52,000. All this is all possible, yeah. But I think that now we should be able to see a bit of pullback in the near term. All right, so this is my personal view. Up to you to decide. You can take a quick shot on this picture here. Okay, then after that, at the same time, we all know that now Fed chairman says that he's under investigation, but he don't believe he won't bow into it. He feels that there's a fight to the end of it. All right, he will oppose, all right, any nominee. All right, apparently. So the thing is right now, there is a drumbeat of Republican opposition grows on the Capitol Hill. So apparently, some people are getting very upset. Even the Republicans are being upset. Yeah, feel that what Donald Trump do is that really doesn't make sense, or the DOJ, like, put it this way. Okay. All right, and of course, the U.S. Treasuries obviously apparently tick higher because the bond comes down, the yield goes up, right? So that basically makes the market a little bit dodgy now, and market may not like it. All right. So one thing to note, if you are on CRAZII.com under the Twitter, okay, we can actually show you some of the interesting data. I want to show something very interesting here, which I picked up this morning. So first of all, right, the S&P 500, the moving average now shows that 70% of companies are doing a little better, or at least the market breadth is getting better. People are more optimistic. Yeah. Now at the same time, right, we do see that the heavy truck sales are coming down. Now normally when the heavy truck sales come down, we do see the market pulling back a little bit. And of course, very clearly now, the Federal Reserve has just pumped in another $105 billion to this balance sheet. It is the biggest since the 2023 banking crisis. We've seen this before, so I believe that this will happen. There's no reason why the Federal Reserve will do this balance sheet pumping up unless they know something is terrible happening. So in some people's perspective, they feel that right now the US private sector, the numbers are actually at the lower end, henceforth, right, it's actually a potential recession indication, right? To me, it's how you see it, yeah? And of course, at the same time right now, we do know that the book valuation itself is a very, very high level. And of course, based on the Schiller P index, we are now at 40 level, very, very high. The last time we saw something like this was in a dot-com crisis. All right, so what do you think? And of course, a lot of people have been charting out, doing Fibonacci's and stuff like that. They feel that the NASDAQ is a bit overbought. All right, guys, so if you like whatever I shared just now moments ago, go to this CRAZII.com under Twitter or X right now, and then find CRAZII.com, and then you just have to follow me, and then you can get to see all the data accordingly. All right, guys, so that is the data. So let's look at the charts right now. Hang on a minute, bring the charts in. Now, because many people trades gold, that's why we start every now we start gold in the morning first, yeah? Okay, so now let's go through the gold first. All right, this morning, if you want to see gold, it's kind of easy to see because gold this morning opening price is 46.04, okay? And you can see that the closing, okay, of yesterday and the MLP of the previous day, you can see the market is still bullish. This is the closing, sorry, my bad is opening. So the market overall is bullish for now in terms of sentiment. But one thing today is that there is a pivot 2 here, which is at 46.03. This morning, the opening price and the pivot 2 are very, very nearby. So which means that you have to believe in the OP and the pivot too. So below OP, below pivot two is a very classic sell signal, yeah, classic. And because today it has the pivot involvement, so the KSI itself, right, will definitely kick in, and you can see the KSI is red, mounting up, in fact. So overall itself, right, this tells you that today gold should see some selling pressure. And I believe that the support will be coming in at MLP level at 45.59. So we are about $30 away, to be exact, $26 away. Is it possible for gold to come down to that level? I think it is possible to see 45.59. Okay. Now, once it's there itself, right, the next target is the KCB at 45.20. Now, to reach this level, I think a bit difficult for today, but if the market really goes to selling mode because the classic sell signal, anything is possible. Yeah. So to me, this is how I see it right now. 45.59. I think that will be a fair number for today. All right. Okay. 45.59. Yeah. I make it big for you. 45.59. Now, of course, if the market goes up, you can go back to KTR plus one, yeah, which is, I think, 45. It should be, let me just take a look. If I go to back to this 5-minute chart. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. If goal is to go back up and hit pivot 2, stays above OP, then maybe we can see going back to 46.23. Okay, that's only if the market can go above OP. That means it goes for pivot 2. If not, my personal take is that it should be coming down to 45. Sorry. Okay, there's some error here on. To 45.67, if not 45.59. Now we can see a bit of resistance now at the KTR -1 at this moment as we are speaking right now. Okay, so traders, what do you think? Let me know in your comment box. Are you going to see KTR plus -2, or you see go back to OP again? COP or CKTR -2? Please key your answer right now, everybody, in the comment box. I want to see what do you think the market will be heading in the next probably 2 to 3 hours time. I want to see your personal take on this. All right, so I get to see some data coming in. Some say -2, some say OP, some keep quiet. Okay, more -2 coming in. Now, if you ask me, my personal ground is -2. So why do I say it will go to -2 instead? Because the market today has a classic sell signal on a pivot, and also there's a head and shoulder formation. Okay, all right, it's not under our side. Okay, but it's okay. It's good sharing, Richard. And the other thing is that because of the KSI is red color in the day chart, yeah. So because of that, right, I'm more towards the sell side for today. Okay, for today, yeah. Okay, so it's still hanging around there. Okay, let's move away from there. All right. Okay, right. So some will say -2. Okay. Okay, let's look at the next one. Is the Dow Jones. There we go. Now, for the Dow Jones today, it's very, very interesting. Now, first of all, you can see the power of the KSI, very strong. So the market basically a very long tail, right? Yesterday was a very long tail. The market came down to KTR -2, right? Almost -3, and then it strongly rebounded from there. Now, today is a DJDD, Doji Directional Day. So Doji Directional Day has two type interpretation. Is that it could be a buy first initially, then a big sell in the second half, or initial sell position first, and then the big position to buy in the later part. So this is A and this is B. All right, let me know, everybody, those online right now, how many of you think it's going to be an A for the Dow Jones, or what you think is a B for the Dow Jones? I want you to participate right now, guys. There's 38 of you. Let me know in the comment box what you think. Is it B or A? Okay, so we have my friend from this Vietnam calling for a B, meaning you expect it to be down first, then up. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, now you change to A. Okay. All right. So I don't know A or B, but based on the closing of the candle and the recovery from the bottom, this is actually a very bullish signal, very, very bullish. So I'm not half surprised to see the market trading higher if the market stays above OP in general. So that is the first thing first. Now we do know that today the pivot one, 49.76, but 49.766 is very nearby. It's about 200 points away. And for pivot two, it's also not too far away, 49.44.5. So this is a very tight pivot for today. Yeah. So the MLP is also very nearby, 49.506, I think. So if you ask me today, if the market do come down, there will be a lot of support at this around this area at pivot two. But if the market really breaks down for maybe the Fed reason, then of course some selling come in. Now, personally, if the market comes down, I still think that the MA 30 will be the first primary support at 48,703. Now, where are we right now? 45,539. So about 850 points away. So is that a good pullback? Well, if you look carefully, my friends, if you look at it, yeah. The last time we see here at the highest point, it pulls back here, is about nearly 1,000 point, a thousand point, yeah. And then after that, you see again from this point here, the highest point, pull back to the lowest point, is over 900. So if you ask me for the market drop another 800 points, I think it's very possible for the Dow Jones to take 800 points away from current level now to come back to MA 30 before another recovery again. It is possible. So traders, my position, I think it may go there. But of course, if the market do come up, right, then 49.76 it will be the first target to watch out for. Okay. All right, so Janet, you say it's an A, okay, so it's a down first and up first and down, yeah. Okay, everybody is entitled to their own view. There's no right, no wrong, because no one can predict the market. So I just give you my personal take and your personal take at the same time. Okay, all right, let's continue. Next market to watch out for is oil. Now, I'm actually very optimistic in oil. I think that after copper, the next market is always gold, and after gold has went up also, the next market will be crude oil. Now you can see that crude oil has a very important thing. We have a bottoming out effect over here, which where the blue diamond came in. Then after that, there you have the 4 diamond coming in, and you can see the market start to stabilize around that. And the thing is this, right now we have a new 4 diamond. Hence, therefore, this is going to be the important technical level to watch out for. Now, I believe that crude oil has the reason to go higher. That only thing is that it's holding back because of the economy. But if you talk about dollar-based value and stuff like that, demand and supply, I still think that the crude oil can go up to $60 and probably more than that. Yeah. Okay. So traders, you need to be very careful on this. The crude oil should be going up, all right, in the near term. I believe that. So first target is still, let's take a look at the KCB. The first target should be, no, not too far away. Let me double check. 60, 66. Okay. So it means that the target is 60, 66. Yeah. All right. So this is the target for crude oil in the near term. So let me take a quick picture on this. About crude oil going up. All right. Now, if crude oil is going up, OXY is going to go up. Yeah. So take note of this particular counter that Warren Buffett has been buying. All right. Next market, it will be on Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has a very interesting pullback yesterday. It went all the way up to 92,300, and then it pulled back pretty strongly. Now, today, again, we have a 4 diamond that we can put level in, but because it's still moving, so the 4 diamond cannot work. Okay, only based on what you have previously, which is here, and the market is definitely not going to take a look, right? So what happened over here is that the market now couldn't really go down because there's very strong support at the MA 30 at 89,991. So we wait for the bigger news from the market and see whether can this be broken up. So if let's say if the Bitcoin goes back up again, we may test all the way back to 93,000 level. That is the upside target. But if the Bitcoin do trade down, and today's a DJDD also at the same time, then the 89,999. Okay, sorry, 99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 9, 9, 1. Okay, 89,991. So let's see whether the market will come there. Now we do know that the KSI now is green color. It's kind of big KSI. So maybe that's the reason why the market is holding up at the moment right now. So by right, with Donald Trump, our DOJ hitting on Federal Reserve Chairman, by right, the US dollar should drop and gold price should go higher. So we saw that. And now we can also see that the Bitcoin has tried to go up yesterday. So again, that do give you a little bit insight of why the Bitcoin now is having a bit of resistance here. But the thing is this, for Federal Reserve, they don't want the crypto market to go up so fast because a lot of loose control and stuff like that. So guys, let's see Bitcoin, will it be going to 93,000 or 89,000? We let the market decide. But you ask me, my personal take is this: I think that the market has upside limitation for Bitcoin. Okay, so similarly like this, what I'm seeing right now. But of course, if the dollar falls, then things may change again. Okay, all right, guys, that will be all for today's sharing session. I hope you enjoyed the session. This is Cal signing off. Take care. Yeah, bye-bye.